Shattered glass and evidence markers still remain at the scene after 7 people were shot in Harvey. A 4-year-old boy was one of the victims.
This was something you would hear if you were at war.
All of this, if there is any, is that a 4-year-old boy that was shot during last night's house party is expected to recover, with police telling us that he is in stable condition. Meanwhile, investigators believe that a second shooting that left one man dead early this morning may be connected.
Walk game pull up acting crazy. Know this street shit made me. We out trying to get back. We ain't never done shit. They know I'm 7 block crazy. We play ball in any condition. Nigga, shit'll get brazy. Bell out gang and top that wig with 3-4 G's. This ain't no maybe. Wanna cuff me, no baby. Fuck is you.
Runs for my little niggas, fuck it, I'ma split them up a bow. Call me the plug and stay, fuck Cali, come and get it for the low. And I got a couple people who won't drop a blow up, yeah, they get it at the stove. And I keep my shooters with me, I don't wanna go, if my shooter cannot go. Never like fronts for my little niggas, fuck it, I'ma split them up a bow.
Harvey police called what played out over the past weekend serious but isolated incidents. And these 2 shootings are the latest in a long-standing rivalry between 2 groups who have been at the center of multiple shootings dating back to 2018. Tonight, Harvey police is stepping up targeted patrols and reaching out to community leaders, all in an effort to curb what has become a deadly feud between 2 groups.
Let me be clear. We will not allow a senseless rivalry to hold this city hostage.
This comes after 2 shootings that took place over the weekend that police say are linked to known offenders.
We are very familiar with them, and frankly, they have caused harm within our community for far too long. These people have been the source of multiple disturbances, including previous acts of violence and intimidation.
These 2 incidents are the latest in a conflict that has gone back nearly 7 years.
We've investigated these individuals before. We've responded to their disputes. We've talked with the family members, witnesses, and neighbors, and we've documented a pattern of violence that has now escalated again with devastating consequences.
Investigators say the condition of all the victims injured in the mass shooting have stabilized. Now the focus is on bringing justice and peace to neighbors by trying to stop this rivalry.
Together, we will reclaim our peace in the city of Harvey.
Police say they have intervened in the past and will continue to do so.
You might not have heard, but there's a war going on in Harvey, Illinois. This deadly back and forth just led to 3 people dead. It left another man with a head wound and a host of innocent people scarred from hearing and seeing bullets ripping through their neighborhood. One of the latest casualties of this war was a young man named Blitz. And as you can tell by these posts, he was a well-respected member of the faction he was part of. But that's one of the cold realities of the streets. The more respected you are by your side, the hungrier the other side is to get you. And after Blitz was shot and killed, that's when what was already ugly turned uglier.
It don't make no sense. Goofy ass nigga. Stupid.
Yes, he is.
He's going to put his CCW on.
Okay, don't move. Don't move.
Stupid ass, man. That shit stupid as hell, man. Listen.
It all started on Saturday, August 2nd, not too long after the first incident we just discussed. 2 men named BD and G-Day, both members of FBG 157 and close affiliates to Blitz, were looking for retaliation. For reasons I'm sure only the streets of Harvey know, they ended up at a house party a little after 8 o'clock. Before anyone knew what was happening, shots rang out. But here's the twist. BD and G-Day came looking for revenge, but got more than what they bargained for. Not from somebody from a rival gang, but from a 24-year-old man who was at the party and had a concealed license to carry. He returned fire, killing BD and striking G-Day in the head. He was lucky to get out of there alive. He was taken to a hospital where he was stabilized and later arrested.
A concealed carry license holder who was at the party returned fire, hitting and killing one of the suspects at the scene. The medical examiner's office has identified him as 24-year-old Charles Lipsy.
It's good that someone had a weapon to return fire. But the first question is, why would fire be directed to that location?
The second suspect was also wounded and later arrested. Michael Parker lives across the street from the shooting and says this was too close to home for him.
Bullets fly. They don't have a name on the bullet.
The most tragic part was learning that a 4-year-old was wounded during the chaos. The young boy was hit, along with a few other people who were at the party. And that's the real tragedy of back and forth gunfire. If you chose that life, you accept what comes with it. But for the people who didn't, they're caught in the middle of a war being fought in their own backyard, living in a city where they're trying to raise families while dodging bullets.
I woke up and we just heard, it sounded like bullets were hitting the garbage cans. I heard at least about 40, 38, 30, I don't know, a lot of rounds. Ran downstairs and just grabbed everybody away from windows.
It was a sad moment for this community here, and it's just more work needs to be done.
That wasn't the end of the chaos. Early that next morning after the mass shooting, a local rapper named Teddy De Niro was gunned down in what officials believe was more retaliation for what happened to Blitz.
Runs for my little niggas, fuck it, I'ma split them up a boat. Call me the plug and stay, fuck Cali, come and get it for the low. And I got a couple people who won't drop a blow up, yeah, they get it at the stove. And I keep my shooters with me, I don't wanna go if my shooter cannot go. Never like friends for my little niggas, fuck it, I'ma split them up a boat.
Officials say a man was found inside a minivan with multiple gunshot wounds. He died at the scene. Preliminary information indicated the second shooting may have been in retaliation for the mass shooting. A family member also believes this was revenge.
Cook County Commissioner Keisha McCaskill summed it up best. She said, "I'm outraged by the senseless acts of violence that took place in our community this weekend. To the residents of Harvey, we must come together. Violence cannot and will not define who we are. We cannot undo what happened this weekend, but together, we can choose a different path forward." Close quote. There's no scoreboard in this kind of war. Just grieving mothers, funeral programs, and kids waking up in the middle of the night to the sounds of gunfire. What happened in Harvey was a chain reaction. One death sparked another. One bullet turned into dozens. And behind each trigger pull is a deeper story. A story of pain, vengeance, and neighborhoods trapped in cycles that keep spinning. But if we don't start asking why, this won't be the last chapter, just the next body. Every story we tell over here at Buried Truths is a chance to break the cycle. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you comment, and make sure the truth doesn't die in silence, because silence has a body count.